Hi everyone, Dr. Erin Bell here, and I'm going to be offering a writing tip every Wednesday throughout the rest of the semester. I thought I'd start off today by covering paragraphs because, as we know, paragraphs are the building blocks of any good academic essay. And so today I'm actually going to share some of my own work, and I want to be completely transparent. This is a draft of an essay. We're going to use this same essay later on to explore how we make revisions based on editor or instructor feedback. So, one question that a lot of students have when they start out in academic writing class is, well, how many paragraphs should be on each page? And for academic writing, this is different than journalistic writing or writing a narrative or memoir. When we're working in the academic format, we should see only 2 to 3 paragraphs per page. So you can see that on my opening page here, I have about 2 paragraphs per page. Mine are a little bit longer because I am working in more of a professional setting, but you can see that my paragraphs are pretty long. What I mean by that is they're usually at least 7 to 9 sentences long. Now, we don't want to go over that either. Sometimes students will write page-long paragraphs, and we want to make sure that we have at least 2 paragraphs per page. We don't want to overwhelm our readers, and we want to break up our essay into manageable parts. Now, it's very important that all of our paragraphs always have a good topic sentence. And remember, a topic sentence should always be written in your own words. So another good rule of thumb is that we never use a quotation from another writer as our topic sentence. And remember, the topic sentence in academic writing is always the first sentence of each paragraph. That topic sentence functions much like a little thesis for that particular paragraph. And so we want to make sure it's really clear and offers the main point of the entire paragraph. So a quotation from another writer shouldn't be your main point in your paragraph. You should be bringing that quotation or paraphrased information from that other writer to back up your main claim. So those are some good notes so far. What else? Well, another thing that's really important that we'll talk a lot about in class, and you've probably already read about, is using good transition words to combine the different points and parts of your essay together. Every paragraph should have some sort of transitional phrase or transitional word attached to the topic sentence. This creates a sense of flow and cohesiveness between the points that you're making in your essay. So it's important to have those sort of transition words. In this case, I wrote to that end, but other transition words might be additionally, moreover, to sum up. And there's all different types of transition words that we can find online, but basically they're kind of helping us weave the different parts of our essay together so that there is this cohesiveness. Paragraphs are the building blocks of our essays, and so one other thing I wanted to take a quick peek at before I sign off today is the idea of incorporating source material into a paragraph. You may have heard the phrase the quotation sandwich or the quotation cheeseburger. We might call it a quotation falafel sandwich for my vegan friends out there. But what that means is that we always want to integrate outside sources into our own writing. We don't want to just let those sources take over our essay. And so we want to frame our quotations and explain how they relate to what we're saying. So here I'm talking about how feminist theorists have been connecting their theories to theories of posthumanism. And so then I'm using a quotation to back that up and I introduce it. So I was writing this particular project using MLA formatting. So you can say, we can see here that it says in their post-feminism, cultural texts and theories, Stephanie Gens and Benjamin A. Bond, for example. Okay, and then I provide the quotation right here. And so notice that I'm only using a short amount of the author's work here. We want to really try to avoid long block quotations. Those are quotes of 40 words or more in our work because this is your essay. This is my essay in this case. So I should be the one that is expressing most of the viewpoints in this paragraph. I'm only using these two folks to back up my claim. The other part of this integration or incorporation approach is that then I'm going to be, of course, backing this quotation up with my own analysis. I'm going to be explaining how and why this particular quotation is relevant to what I'm trying to say here, okay? And so you can see that I have a second quote after this from Donna Haraway. She's a very, very well-known scholar in my field. And once again, after I provide that brief quotation, I back it up with my own thoughts and ideas. Quick rule of thumb, thumb, I should say, we never want to end a paragraph in someone else's words. We just don't do that. Again, this is meant to be our idea. So I have a third quotation in this paragraph. I back it up once again with my own thoughts. Okay, so that's just some general information about writing good paragraphs. You can see that my paragraphs are all a little bit lengthy. I have 2 to 3 per page. We don't want to have just one paragraph per page. That's overwhelming. We do want to make sure that our paragraphs are at least 7 to 9 sentences long. We don't want any short paragraphs. And we want to make sure that when we are bringing in outside sources, we're integrating them into our own work. We're not just letting the quote stand alone. We are introducing the quotation or paraphrase quotation. Then we're going to comment on it and explain its relevance to our work. So I hope that helps. Like I said, I'm going to be jumping back into this essay later on in the semester to kind of show you how I worked through some ideas with the editors, because even though a person might be a professor and a published writer and an editor herself, she still needs to take feedback and advice from other people. So I'm going to show you how I took revision notes and made changes to this particular set of paragraphs later on. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoyed my Wednesday writing tip.